Hello, it's Dr. Christine Arsenault, PharmD, Functional Medicine Certified Health Coach. Thought I would go live today. My schedule has been a little bit disrupted, so I haven't been going live quite like usual. I actually had a death in the family and ended up traveling across the country I drove from California to Michigan to be with my family, and so my schedule has been a bit off. Been spending time with friends and family I haven't seen in a while, which has been really good. Um, but my schedule's been a little bit all over the place. And so I thought today I would do a meditation just to kind of quiet the mind. And what I've found is that whether times are challenging or whether things are going great, having that practice of going within yourself is really powerful. And when you can cultivate that practice and have that be something steady throughout your life, it helps with life's ups and downs and challenges. And so it was my grandma who recently passed, and I have family visiting from Germany as well, my dad and my brother, and so we all went on a cruise yesterday and released both my grandmother and my grandfather's ashes into Lake Michigan. And so it was a really good time with family, and this has been a really healing trip. As much as it's been, challenging and emotional, it's also really nice to be with family. And I've also noticed that when you do the inner work and your inside changes, your outside world changes as well. And so, I haven't always had the easiest time around family. Sometimes it can be challenging and there can be difficult relationships there. I know most families are not perfect, and some are more challenging than others. And, friends or family as well, you can create the family that you want and cultivate that. And so I found this trip to be more healing than I expected. I didn't always like Michigan when I lived here, and now that I'm back in the summer, it's just been really nice to be around the lakes, and I'm able to get my grounding practice in and walk on the sandy beaches, and just being with family during this time is really healing. So I think I'm going to actually end up kind of staying in Michigan for quite some time for the whole summer. So there's definitely been ups and downs during this time. So I think it was really healing for the whole family to release my grandparents' ashes. And I also got to meet my baby niece for the first time since my brother's visiting from Germany. So a very sentimental weekend, a lot of ups and downs. And so one thing that I find is always constant is that relationship that I have with myself. So no matter how difficult it gets out there in the world, whether it's deaths in the family and things like that, or challenging health issues, chronic illnesses, dealing with Lyme disease, being sick for 20 plus years like I was, whatever it is, if I can go inside and calm my mind, I find that the answers are always within. And meditation, mindfulness, those practices are things that really helped me throughout my journey. That was something that, I was able to keep steady. And I couldn't always control what happened on the outside. I couldn't always control my physical body and the pain that I was having. And I couldn't, you can't control your thoughts. Everybody has wandering thoughts, and sometimes they're more out of control than others. But if you get into that daily practice of meditation, of quieting your mind, even if it's only 3 minutes, sometimes I do 3 minutes a day because that's all I can fit in. But that consistency is really important, and the changes happen. And now more than ever, I realize how much I've changed because I've been away from Michigan for 7 years. I've lived in the Bay Area for 7 years, and now that I'm back, I can see how I relate to people differently, and My relationships have changed. The outside world has changed because I've done the inner work and I've changed on the inside. And whenever things were really bad and I didn't know where to turn, I just sat. I sat and I went inside. I went deep inside myself. And to me, going inside is how I connect to source. So it's like I have to go inside to get outside, to get that connection. And that's what I find heals me, is that connection to source or God or nature or whatever word you like to use. That made all the difference. It's just sitting, and the answers come in the stillness, in the quietness. And so I invite you to, pick up a practice of mindfulness or meditation or yoga or whatever it is for you, breathing techniques, something that helps you quiet your mind and get in touch with your inner self. And it might not seem like it makes a difference right away, but that consistent practice is really game-changing when it comes to healing. So I am going to just do a short little meditation. I actually have not been meditating as much as usual on my road trip. It's, how road trips are. I drove from California to Michigan. We went through a lot of different states. I have not been eating my optimal diet. I haven't been meditating and doing my morning practices and everything as strictly as I usually do. But I fit it in when I can, and I realize that time with family is more important, and that everything else, I haven't lost those habits. It's just that my schedule's been a bit disrupted. So I'm here, I'm back, I'm hoping to get on my normal schedule, and I just wanted to do a little meditation, some breathing, some quieting our mind, and just getting in touch with that inner self. So I invite you to find a comfortable spot. Maybe ground your feet on the floor, on the ground. Close your eyes. And just become aware of your breath. You don't have to change it. Just become aware of it. Maybe as you relax, you notice your breath does start to slow down just a little bit. And some thoughts might come up. They might come and go. Just watch your breath. Concentrate on that. Allow the other thoughts to slowly fade away as they come up. The things on your to-do list, those will be there. Just take this moment for yourself. If you want to experiment with your breath and try having a longer exhale than an inhale, you might want to consider counting. Sometimes that can help focus on your breath. Maybe you inhale for the count of 3 and exhale for the count of 4. maybe as thoughts come up, you just want to acknowledge them as a thought. Maybe just label them thought and let them slowly fade away again. And just bring your attention back to your breath when your mind starts to wander. Maybe you want to think the word inhale when you inhale and think the word exhale when you exhale. And just let everything else fade away. Just keep bringing your attention back to your breath. Maybe you hear sounds around you. You can just acknowledge them. Continue focusing on your breath. we're just going to take 3 more breaths. When you're ready, you can slowly open your eyes. Look around your room. Slowly come back into this world. And just notice if you feel a little bit different. Just after those few minutes, maybe you feel slightly more relaxed. Maybe your mind feels a little bit calmer. Maybe you even feel frustrated because you were thinking the whole time and doing it wrong. That's what I used to think, but then I realized that meditation is a practice, and there'll be times where your mind is going like crazy and you just can't get it to quiet. But the more that you practice and you tell your body, sit here now, and you tell your body what to do, and you are able to let those thoughts go, the more your body will be trained and your mind will be able to get into that space just a little bit easier. And Chris says she feels calmer. I feel calmer too. Sometimes it just takes a few minutes and it's all I need to just kind of reset myself. It's almost like waking up from a nap where you just feel refreshed, and then you notice as you go about your day that you don't have that constant chatter, that you're kind of just focused on what you're doing and being mindful about what you're doing only, and not thinking about the 1,000 things that you have to do this week. So I hope that was helpful. I hope you were able to get a moment of calmness, and I invite you to add some meditation into your life if you are not already, and just see if that helps you. See if that helps you with any of your symptoms, and it definitely did for me. So I hope you find it helpful as well, and I hope you have a wonderful day.